I feel like in order to adequately explain to you whom I got in contact with recently, I have to give you the backstory for it. So here's as much of the backstory as I can possibly give you. Let's rewind the clock. Whew, 18 years maybe? I was at a mall in Michigan, Fairlane Mall to be exact, and my son was very introverted. He didn't like people. He loved his daddy, so he was very clingy with me, and that was fine. But he didn't like people. And I think that was because he was overly friendly at one point, and he tried to walk away with a stranger once, and I fussed at him. He was like, "You don't never do that. That's bad. You could get hurt." So he stopped. That was just never a thing again, and he just got very introverted. But I was at Fairlane Mall waiting for a friend of mine to get off work, and he ended up walking up to a girl and holding her hand and damn near brought her over to me. Now, I'm sure it was more, he had wandered away. She had seen where he wandered away from, and she was coming back with him. But it looked as though he was delivering this girl to me. Her name was Latrice McHenry, and she was a good girl. We exchanged numbers. We became friends, but I was trying to hit that. Like, I wanted to get with her hard. The problem was, even though I was feeling her and she was feeling me, she always had this boyfriend that she was dealing with. They were always on again, off again. It was always never quite what she wanted it to be. But out of loyalty to him, she would stay. And for many, many, many years, I always felt as though Latrice McHenry was the one that got away. I always felt like I could have done more, or I could have tried harder, or there were other things that I could have done to try to get with her, and I just didn't. For whatever reason, it just didn't work out for us. But we stayed really good friends. Like, it was not a big deal. It wasn't like I was pining over her and I was depressed. It just didn't work out. You know. So fast forward to 2009. That was the summer right after we had come to California, and Kari went to go see Janelle for that summer. That's the whole summer he got kidnapped. I don't know if I've ever done a video talking about that. I think I will. I'll sit down and I'll archive that. But when I went out there to go get him back, Latrice was the first person I called. Was like, "Hey, when I come get my son, I'm gonna need a place to crash for a day or two. Can we come kick it with you?" And she was like, "Yeah, absolutely." And Asia was very concerned that she was going to try to sleep with me or something. I was like, "No, that's not the case at all." She actually did, which was funny. She had a little boyfriend, but she ended up trying to sleep with me. And I was like, "No, no, I love Asia. Stop, no." But we stayed cool. It was never the kind of thing. It was no hard feelings at all. But she was a very very Christian girl. Is the thing. Even despite the fact she had two kids and wasn't married, she was horribly a Christian girl. And we didn't see eye to eye on a lot of things. But again, we stayed good friends. We were friends on Facebook. It was the kind of thing. After a while, I just didn't have nothing to talk about with her. Like, our lives had just gone two separate ways. The last I'd heard, she had gotten married. I'd seen some pictures. It was this scruffy looking white dude. Not that I have an issue with interracial couples. I'm the product of an interracial couple. But I still feel like if you're going to get with somebody who is not your race, they got to be bad. Like, don't be a black dude and you get with like a trailer park looking girl. And don't be, a white girl and you get with the most stereotypical ghetto black dude you can find. That's bothersome to me. Like, if you're going to do that, there has to be something in it for you. That could be racist. I don't care. So she married this scruffy looking white dude. And she seemed happy. And then randomly, like a couple of days ago, she just sent me a message on Facebook. It was like, "Hey." I was like, "Hey, it's nice to see you." And we exchanged numbers. She still had the same number. And we've been texting back and forth. She's telling me what she does for a living, what he does. I was asking about her son. She asked about Kari. that kind of thing. It was just nice to catch up with an old friend. I don't see this going anywhere. It's not going to lead to anything. Like, it's not going to lead to phone calls, which will lead to revelations about these feelings that one of us have. I don't have those feelings for anybody but Asia. And it sounds so tacky when oh, he's so corny, he's a caking ass motherfucker, he in love. But it's true. Like, every other woman in the world, turn this light on. Every other woman in the world might as well be a toaster to me. I don't give a shit about other women. I can see other women and think they're really pretty and not care. You know, that's it's like that. I love my wife, but it's real nice to catch up with her and compare notes and see what's going on with her and her life. We'll see where it goes, but I don't think much will come of it. Today has been interesting, with a lot of running around, a lot of stuff that I had to do today, and it was a lot of running around for nothing. Like, as soon as I got to work, they sent me off somewhere, and then as soon as I got there, they sent me somewhere else. And then when I got there, they're like, "Oh, we settled it. You can go back." So then when I got back, they called me for something else, and I went to go take care of that. And when I got there, they were like, "Oh, it's already taken care of. You can go back." So then I came back, and they sent me down to somewhere else to deal with a fire. Like, first of all, what would I do about a fire? I'm not a fireman. I was going to say fire guy. That's not my department. It's like, you want me to go stomp the flames out? Like, what was supposed to happen there? So I get down there and I investigate, and there's nothing, and I come back. So now, this is the first time all day I've had a chance to just kick back. I am awaiting a delivery of my edible goodies for my weekend, because tonight I'm gonna party like it's 1999. I say that it's just really gonna be a lot of me just chilling. I just want to sink into my couch and exist tonight. Like, I feel like this week for me flew by. Like, being in the truck really makes the difference. Like, my week was just like, as opposed to it always feeling like this long, drawn out week. Being at the station for one day and then being in the truck all week, man, my whole day was just easy breezy. The whole week was just easy breezy. So if today I had to do a little extra running around to make up for the fact that I haven't done anything all week, that's fine. But that's it. Nothing else happening. There may or may not be some videos of me and Asia acting a fool tonight. Just relaxing. I know she looks forward to these 2 days off with me, and so do I. It's just nice to be home. But I come out and I do this so that I can have days like that. And it means more to have 2 days off because I worked all week than it would be to just be off all week. And now I can't really enjoy that time off because I'm worried about rent and bills and, falling behind, and there's no food in the refrigerator. Now all my bills are paid. The rent is paid. I won't even get a light bill this month because I took care of it. It's a nice feeling to know that everything is taken care of. And then I get 2 days off, So I'm going to go home. I'm going to lay back and kick it, see where the night takes us.